A lot of us would have faced this problem. That's the bad condition of our access roads during the monsoons. So this is one access road. Actually, this connects to my home, and we don't have a tarmac or a concrete road here because we live in a countryside. So it's a little difficult to make tarmac. Also, it runs between the forest, so tarmac won't survive here. but but the main problem here is, so it's this little uphill. So then yeah, you'll get tired. Problem is this, that roads get damaged or vanished sometimes during the monsoons. So look at here. Uh, but this road is little safe compared to what I've shown. I mean, maybe yeah, here this one, if you see, is almost gone. Thing is, during monsoon, uh, we can't drive any two-wheel drive here. All our cars will be stationary throughout the monsoons. Only some 1945 or that World War II era village jeep is our savior. But how to fix this issue? I mean, when it rains, you can't put concrete, you can't put tarmac. It's little difficult. But there is an age-old trick to save your roads during monsoons, and that's these small channels. Can you see here? One second. I think you could see here. Yeah, can you see here? There is a channel runs, and there is the drainage. So you can see these channels. I mean, this is an experiment. I did this. So I made one channel here, and one more channel here. It goes, see this one, it goes there and to the trench. So the trench runs across that next to the road. So what it does is, I mean, what has this property of following certain path. So if there is a path, water will follow it, and if the path is narrow, it will make it bigger, and if there is no path, it will make its own path. So what we have to do is, like, we need to provide a path for the water so that it won't run on the surface of the road, so it will run to the side trench. So you would have made the trench, but water is not flowing there, or sometimes water chooses to flow over the road itself. This one trick is that you make a banks, in the sense the center of the road is little uh, convex, and the side just drops down. That's one way to do that one. But what happens in the mud road is, it's difficult to keep that all the time, it will wash away. So another trick is like this kind of uh, small path. You can see here what I've done here is, uh, just now I made it. This path at an angle, it goes and meets the trench side. So what you need to do is, like, make it at a, say, 30 to 45 degree uh, to the trench, so that when the water falls on the road, it flows there, and then it takes a turn, because the moment it hits this curved line, or that the line at an angle, it follows that path. Mistake is, some people say, okay, make a horizontal one. Horizontal is little tricky, because it water may follow that path, or horizontal line sometimes becomes like an obstruction for the path of the water, so it just flows over that horizontal line. So it's better to keep it at a line, at an angle. So that's one way. See this one, here the water is flowing over the road. So another important trick is looking at the surface of the water, I mean road, and following the, I mean, looking at the path of the water which is already flown over there. You decide where exactly water will go. For example, you see here, the water is flowing from there, and then it's taking, I mean, flowing over here and it's going down. So what I've done is, the same path, I just put a line at an angle, as I said, around 30 degree, I think 30 or 45 degree at an angle, and this line flows to the nearest trench. So right now there is no trench, it's a forest, but it has a lower altitude as compared to the road. So that's how you can actually save your roads. Maybe I'll switch the change the camera angle. One sec. This is better. So this is uphill. The water flows down. can see the path there. So that's the path where water is coming down. It's coming down here, and you can see water has made its own path. Yeah, now it's goes down. So what I've done here is, to this path I've drawn a line. Can you see here? I think this is better. That line goes down and goes to the trench. See this? Yeah, it's better. Yeah, this is the line. So now, whatever the water is coming, it takes this path. But you may ask why I need multiple lines. See, this one line is not enough because the quantity of water flowing is humongous. To make path for entire water, you may have to dig a deeper trench. The moment you dig a deeper trench in the road, it becomes a hindrance to the movement of vehicle. So what I've done is, instead of digging one path of say 2 foot depth, you just dig say 3 inch or 4 inch deep small lines at regular intervals. For example, at every 10 meters. Here one I've drawn and one more I've drawn here. Idea is, not all the water will flow into that path, but at every regular interval this flows to the side of the trench. So that's how you can also achieve the fail-safe system, because sometimes the mud in the flowing water may fill those trenches what you have dug. When you have multiple trenches or multiple lines like this, the flow lines, um, at least one or the other will work. So at regular intervals, maybe say 10 meters, here one I've dug up, and there's one more, that horizontal path here. So you need to understand where exactly the water goes, where exactly the elevation is there, and make as per the elevation at an angle. So this will definitely save your road. I'll show you one more line which I made a couple of weeks ago, and it's working flawlessly. You can see this part of the road is little intact because last week I dug up this line. See this, the water comes here. Earlier it is to go over the road, now it is stopping here. See this, and then now it's going over this path. You can see here, and it goes to the side, and there's a trench there. You can see this. So even if you make a smaller line kind of thing, that's enough, because water will take its own path. See this, here also I made one small line at an angle, and I think I made one more here. Yeah, this one, see, at this angle I can see it's better. Yeah. So if you follow this trick, this will definitely save your road, because you need access roads all the time. You don't know when you need your vehicles to move there. Not all the time you can go by in 4x4. Sometimes 4x4 also gets stuck. The normal cars, passenger cars, they need dry roads. So same happened with us. So now, as I told you, only some World War era Jeep can drive here. So I think since yesterday I took my car out, the Chevrolet. It came out really nicely, so there is no problem because of this small trick I've used. Try it at your end. And another thing, the place where I live in is kind of like highest rainfall area, kind of like the top 5 places in the world. So this rainfall is huge. So if it works here, definitely it will work in other places. And also we can see here there is a lot of trees, so sunlight won't fall directly on the ground, so the road may not dry easily. Whereas in your places or some other places, there will be little bit of sunlight. So even with all these harsh conditions, this trick has saved my road. So if you follow it, let me know. Thank you.